we see those pictures of the families in the cars and the people who are perhaps sleeping rough, and that is certainly the pointy end of homelessness. But what we're not seeing is that all through the spectrum of housing, we've got gaps.
Hi, I'm Darren Birch.
And I'm Sherry Birch.
We started Homes for People as a response to the housing crisis in Palmerston North. After 15 months of feasibility, we've spent the last 12 months building our first 11 homes. It's great to see people in those homes, and we look forward to building the next 20 homes over the coming year.
Some of you may have seen Homes for People in the media. We'd like to bring you an update and some stories from those who have been involved so far.
My son had rang me and said that there is something on Facebook about Homes for People. So I quickly I had a look with my daughter and said, let's go and have a look at the ones in Limbrick Street in Leicester. And so that's how come I became to be here. So looked at them rather, and then decided that I really liked the brickwork and they were new, and so that's why I decided to downsize and move here. For me, with my health, I've got a bad back and bad hips, that I had to really find something that would be low maintenance and so that I could get in. The houses I had been looking at were all steps, lot of garden, and I just couldn't do that. And I really liked the fact that there was a nice big shower and big bedroom, and it just really fitted the bill for me. So yeah, the other place was just so old and cold.
It very quickly became evident that buying somewhere outright was not going to happen for us. And so Daniel decided to have a word and see if you could help us. And you obviously could. Right, so obviously with Homes for People we're still tenants. We weren't able to get a mortgage for the reasons I outlined to buy the place outright. But I actually remember speaking to Darren after he'd come to support us at a meeting with someone who we thought might give us a mortgage, and it became clear that wasn't going to happen, and we stepped outside and he said, okay, so we're looking at rent to buy now, then when do you want to move in? Which was rather nice. So we're still tenants here. We pay rent just the same as we would to our previous landlord. The difference is that firstly it's a 5-year tenancy, so we know that we're not going to get a letter tomorrow saying we've decided to sell your house to somebody else. Off you go. It also means that we have the option to buy the place ourselves anytime within that 5 years, or at the end of it. And of course Homes for People are supporting us in that. We have a share in the equity of the property when we go to buy it. Anything we do in that time, taking care of the property, we're not taking care of somebody else's investment. We're taking care of our own investment to some extent, but more importantly our own present and future home. And it's somewhere where we can stay as tenants or as eventually owner-occupiers for as long as we like. And having that sort of security is just it's just unreal. Coming from a position where we could get chucked out at any time to just know that we've got our little family home here and no one can take it away from us is it's huge.
It's a good feeling to know that you've contributed that your money is contributing to housing people in Palmerston North. I mean, yeah, and we do drive past the site in Limerick Street now and again, and yeah, that's personally it's satisfying to do that. We've decided to invest more at the end of this month because I can see it's very rewarding for me and Raymond to be involved with this organisation. Yeah.
I was asked if I'd like to become involved and in a governance capacity, and I hadn't had much involvement, or I hadn't really thought about becoming involved with affordable housing in the past, but it seemed like an interesting idea and a good group of people that were doing something in the community, and so I sort of went along and had an investigation and have since become involved. We're getting a little bit of momentum now, and really doing some what I think will be some good long-term things in the community. The challenges and the needs that Homes for People have are really about continuing to find ongoing source of suitable properties that we can buy and develop, and it's good if the people that we're dealing with there can share our vision for what we're trying to do. And I think really we haven't achieved anything unless we get people into affordable homes.
Effectively, you come around here,
Yeah. And I think, okay, well I will actually... So the affordable housing model is really trying to say, what can we take from the idea of good design, that we can create things that are really efficient, that we gain an understanding about people's needs, the spaces they need, the kind of ways they want to live in community, and how can we put that together in a way that they can actually have ownership of that. Now that we've completed the two first projects and seen the people moving into their houses, which has been just really inspiring both for us and Homes for People, we're now looking at our first large greenfield development where we will be basically taking a completely empty piece of land that someone has had, and we've been able to build a relationship with the owner of that land. For us to continue to provide affordable home outcomes, we need really larger investment funds. So the opportunities and looking at larger size developments where the economies of scale will allow us to continue to provide affordable housing outcomes. So we're really calling out to anyone there who's thinking, what is the next step in my life in terms of financially, what is my financial situation and how can that have a significance into the next generation?
We'd like to thank our supporters, people like Grant, Keith and Mike. With your support helping us to access land and working capital, we can do so much more.
We'd like to leave the last words for some of those whom we've helped. It's our heart that there'll be many more.
I think investors really have the opportunity to make a difference to people like us, contribute towards giving us somewhere to call home.
If you hadn't have done that and started this, I would not have been able to have moved in here. Thank you.